YouTube, what's going on, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're doing things a little bit differently. Alright, this is the beginning of a new series called Adventure Boy and His Tall Mate. Adventure Boy is out there a little bit ahead of me, already beginning to forage. I am just a few steps behind him because boy is it hard to keep up with him. In today's video, our challenge is to see, can we survive on the beach with nothing but a bottle of wine and a knob of butter. So the butter is just so whatever we find and cook tastes a little better, and the wine is to make the time go a little faster. So if you guys want to see if we can survive without any food, any supplies other than butter and wine, stick around to find out. First thing we're searching for today are mussels, okay? And these mussels are a little easier to find than you think. From what I've learned so far, they just kind of stick out of the rocks and you can kind of just pick them off. They're everywhere. There's thousands of mussels, okay? The real challenge is going to be finding a larger source of protein, like potentially crabs or small fish, whatever we can fish for and find. Now, as a part of this challenge, we're thinking about seeing how many different beaches we can camp on and spend time on. This challenge is just as much about necessity as it is about pushing ourselves a bit, because we don't have a place to sleep. So our only choice right now is the camp, and we're trying to keep a budget like we do in Asia, okay? So we spent less than £5 for 3 people, okay? That's like nothing, okay? So I don't know, and I'll have to talk to him, but this is what I mean with these mussels. These mussels are just about everywhere. You can see them all over the rock stuck, okay? And in different areas there's more than others. And they're stuck pretty good to that rock, but you can rip them out. And I believe you just crack them open.
Okay, I'm going to show Jordan and Molly how to collect mussels. So we want quite big ones, so I would say the size of your thumb is a good size for a mussel. You don't want them too big because then they get a bit rubbery. You don't want them too small. Now when you're looking for them, you find the biggest one out of the little patch and you just twist it like that, and they have this beard, it's called, and basically it's their version of glue, and they stick to the rocks, and it's very, very effective. So we're just going to collect mussels that size, no smaller than that.
You guys can see this mussel. This is that little beard he was talking about. This thing sticks onto the ground really, really strong. Really strong. It's hard to pull off. You got to give them a bit of a twist. Now, do they just pop open when you cook them?
Yeah. That's how you know they're good to eat.
I'll show you all that stuff.
I think we're going to spend a little bit of time collecting mussels now because they are really large here. And if you guys couldn't tell, we're at the lowest tide of the day. So by the time we come back to collect these at the end of the day, they'll be gone or underwater. But I got this leftover crisp bag and we're collecting them. Starting to get a few. I'd say we got about 10 to 15. Doing pretty good so far. Craig's got a very suspicious looking green leaf that doesn't look fun to eat. But tell it, what is that, Craig?
Sea lettuce.
Sea lettuce, huh?
Yeah.
That's alright. Ah.
This is called a green crab.
Okay, so Baby Beach didn't provide so much for us today. We've got a good pot of mussels that'll probably be enough food for me and Craig. I don't know if Molly's gonna participate, but that should be a plenty for us. And so we've essentially got enough to survive at this point, but you know, we don't want to survive, we want to thrive, we want to eat good. So we might go pop over to Port Isaacs or a few other beaches in the area to scavenge through those rocks and see if we can find a bit more of what we're looking for. So we moved a bit down the coastline, and we are now in Port Isaac. Port Isaac looks really cool so far. We haven't gone down much, but you just hike down this steep hill or walk down this steep hill, and there's all these tiny cottages that look really old and have some cool history to them. I'm loving it so far. Take a look. Wow. Look at this place. Oh, you can see that they have those almost like fort walls to like block off the tides. Wow, this is maybe the coolest town I've seen yet in all of England, all of Cornwall. This is a really beautiful place. Wow. Golden Lion, looks like that's a pub. We can go grab a beer if we need. Look at this old shop, jeez. Okay, the smells in this town are making me really hungry, so we gotta get out of here because all I'm eating is mussels and seaweed. There's a fish and chip shop here, there's one there, there's bars and restaurants everywhere, so let's get to the beach so that we can get out of here because I can't handle this. One thing that seems to be different about these beaches here rather than the ones I'm used to is how long and how much of a difference there is between low and high tide. Like these beaches are so long going outwards. I'm used to like short and super wide beaches, but who knows if we can even forage here. If we can or can't, this was a beautiful place to come take a look at. You can see how steep these cliffs are. Look how picturesque that is. Wow. Port Isaac.
This village is really famous for a band called the Fisherman's Friends.
The Fisherman's Friends.
They were like, do you know sea shanties?
No.
Okay, so it's like a...
Okay, go ahead.
It's like a fisherman kind of song, and they sing all about being on the ocean and out to sea and stuff. But they've become really famous. They used to sing just here on the beach, and people would sit
just like that kid over there singing, huh? He's trying to jumpstart his music career. Oh, that kid's not original anymore, huh? Guys, I don't know if you can see Craig out there. See him right there? So the route he's taking to get out there is now underwater. So as I tried to follow Adventure Boy over there, I got stuck and I couldn't get out there without taking my shoes off or getting soaked. So let's see if he can make it back without doing that.
I can do anything, especially in the Gold Star shoes. So Gold Star,
oh, he seems to have made it back safely. Look at that. No need to warn anybody. Okay, so I only have one major issue with Cornwall, and that the hills. The hills. All we did wanted to take a look at Port Isaac and come back up, and man, I'm sweating. We've collected some mussels, some seaweed, and some other sea vegetables. And the last one that we just spent time collecting is this rock samphire right here. Now, this stuff, apparently, from what Craig has told me, is quite seasonal. And you only get it, it only has the proper taste during the spring. But right now, it'll have to do because we're trying to survive. Now, this plant is a part of the carrot family, all right? And so it has a bit of a carroty flavor to it, but almost a sea salt carrot. It's a bit salty naturally, so it's got a little bit of flavor to it. We had a bit yesterday with some butter, and I promise you, it's not so bad. It's quite good, in fact. We coupled it with some pasta and added a nice flavor. Now, I believe it's got a bit more of a florally kind of flavor during this time of the year, so could be better, but you'll do what you need to do when you gotta survive, okay? We are out here in one of the most expensive places in all of Britain, and we need to survive tonight, okay? I think we'll have no problem. Adventure Boy and his tall mate, episode number 1. Alright guys, so we're sat here doing a little bit of cleaning.
Show them this. This is something you need to scrape off.
What is that?
So you get barnacles. Is it in focus? You see this here? This is a barnacle. There you go. That's perfect. And they're poisonous. They're really not good to have on the mussels. There you go. You get a sharp knife and you just scrape them off like that. You don't want anything on here. Again, there's the beard. That's what you want to take off. So you just hold on to that and you really just saw it down. I'm not going to do this on the sand, but that's how you do it.
For those who don't know, Craig is from Polzeth and he's somewhat of a nature boy. He's got everything you need to know to survive out here, and it's also coincidentally the most beautiful place that I've been to yet. All right, we got to get these things clean.
He lives in a pineapple under the sea.
SpongeBob SquarePants! Okay guys, right, I've got 2 cameras on. What we're going to do, normally we use butter, onions and cream, but because we're on £5 challenge, you can only use £5. We've got some proper butter here. So, we'll just get this hot in the pan, big chunk of butter, just like that, and that's going to melt in there. We've got some parsley, whack that in there.
Alright guys, so I had to help so I couldn't film, but we chopped up some onions, some butter, and we got some white wine in here. You can't really see much of it right now, but you can see a bit of that juice in the corner. It's all cooking up. I got some optimism. The only thing we forgot is a lid, so we need to steam these mussels without a lid somehow. It just may take a very long time. We fashioned our tent over here to block the wind because this pot wouldn't get hot before. Anyways guys, I think we're gonna relax. We're running out of light, so I'll update you as much as I can. Hopefully you'll see that final product because I still have faith that these will be good. Is this the lid, Molly?
Well, Craig handed it to me, but... Oh!
That fits right in, okay. Alright, maybe we'll have some good mussels then. So, the mussels are done. Apparently you never want to eat the ones that have not opened, because I guess that means they're dead before they were caught. And the ones down in the water are still piping hot. So I'm going to try and dig in here for one of these. Alright, so the meat is actually quite like orange and reddish. And it looks like it's real tough, but it's way softer than it looks. And boy, is it delicious. It's got... Ooh, that one had some flavor to it.
Yeah.
It's definitely got a really distinct flavor. It's delicious. We've cooked it in butter with the onions. I can taste the oniony butteriness. That's how you know it's good. I can see why you could eat 30 or 40 of these. They don't yield a ton of meat, but I believe they're pretty high in protein, and boy are they delicious. This is something that people pay how much for it in the store? 40 pounds,
yeah.
$30, $40?
For sure.
This is an expensive meal that we've worked for, cooked ourselves, and now we're enjoying. There's something special about working for your own food, you know. This tastes, I think, even better because I know I spent 3 hours a day on the rocks searching for them, pulling them off, and I don't think there's anything more to be said. I'll see you later. Kaplawi!
Kaboomy blam.
Ooh, oh wait, hold on. We haven't tried the rock sandfire. So this, it feels old news to me because I've been eating it for days now, but this stuff is, once you cook it, you boil it a bit, and then you cook it in some butter, and it turns into this this texture. It's almost like a green bean or asparagus or something. It's quite soft, and it's delicious. Okay, it's got a bit of a florally taste to it, but it really generally tastes kind of like a salty carrot. Okay, I think that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you next time. Alright guys, so I seem to have found a somewhat major flaw in this tent. So if it gets any bit of wet on the outside and you touch the walls, you're now wet. Okay, and my sleeping bag, my back, because the wind keeps blowing all my clothes, and especially my pillow. Look at that, soaking.